guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about how to become the best version of yourself. So I thought this topic was perfect since it's January 2nd, I believe. Yep, it's January 2nd, so the fresh new year just started, so I thought it would be a good idea to talk about this. Maybe it'll help you meet your New Year's resolutions. I know it'll help me meet my New Year's resolutions because let me tell ya, your girl's got a lot planned for 2019. So with that said, before I get into this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, let's get into this video. We're going to talk about becoming the best version of yourself. I know we all want to be the best version of ourselves and we all try, but these are a few things that I put down that I think really make the biggest impact in achieving those goals. So to start off, be careful of what you say. Always say positive things. Try to pay attention to the connotation of words. So like using negative connotation would be like the glass is half empty, and positive connotation would be like the glass is half full. So be paying attention to what you're saying because a lot of that impacts how you think and how you feel about certain things. So if you try to put yourself in a more positive way of thinking, then usually you think of things more positive and your life won't be as sucky, you know? So another thing I want to talk about is the law of attraction. This is a huge one for me, and I always think that it's like the biggest thing. So basically this is the exact definition of the law of attraction. So it says the belief that by focusing on positive or negative thoughts, people can bring positive or negative experiences into their life. So first of all, we are powerful individuals and we ourselves are a big part of what happens to us. So us as individuals, we have a lot of things that we can do and a lot of possibilities in this lifetime that we just need to push ourselves to do. So to start with this law of attraction, obviously you have to set realistic goals, because if you think that you're just gonna wake up tomorrow and be rich, not gonna happen. And not everything has to be about money either. But for example, if you think that, okay, I'm gonna buy a Mercedes when I'm 25, then that means you keep saying it, but you can't also just keep saying it. You need to keep saying it and then keep putting in the work to make you achieve that goal. So if you're saying, I'm gonna buy a Mercedes by the time I'm 25, I'm gonna be able to afford it, I'm gonna be able to do this, do that, then you need to put in the work and keep saying it over and over, because if you keep saying it, it'll only make you want it more and it'll only make it more real. And obviously you're not gonna get that money out of nowhere. Like, you're gonna wanna keep putting in that work to reach that goal. So I think the law of attraction is really important because you push yourself to achieve that certain goal. And you know, all big things start really simple. So it could start as a simple thought. Somebody could say, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel. It could grow into this huge thing. But everything starts as a simple thought, and everything will manifest if you really put the hard work into it. Otherwise, you're just saying things without putting anything into it. So my next point I want to talk about, by the way, I have like notes here, so if I'm like looking down, that's why. But my next topic is self-confidence. This one is huge. So to start this off, I'm going to start with a quote. And it says, confidence comes not from always being right, but from not fearing to be wrong. Basically, you need to be able to fall down in order to grow. You need to be able to learn from your mistakes. You need to be able to go through different things, because if everything's smooth, if something does happen, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna know how to solve a problem. You're not gonna know how to fix it. You're not gonna have development in whatever you're doing. So in order for you to do well, you need to fall down at some point and get back up. But that's the big thing. You need to get back up, because if you don't get back up, then you wasted your time. Also, confidence comes from within. So you need to be able to truly feel it within yourself for it to be displayed correctly on the outside. Because a lot of broken people, I would say, oh yeah, I'm confident, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that, but usually that's not the case, especially because people who are normally confident or normally are this way or that way don't usually feel the need to express it, because people will know. Like, you don't need to express yourself if that's you. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it'll be like people who are unhappy will be like, oh yeah, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, because they're like trying to convince themselves that they're happy, but in reality they're not. So people who are really happy, they don't walk around, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, like they're just happy, that's it. So I think for confidence, you really need to be able to feel that within yourself for it to be displayed correctly, otherwise it might come off as fake. So yeah. And also, a big one on confidence is never compare yourself to other people. You are your own person. You are you, not them, you. And nobody is like you in this world. You are 100% unique, DNA crafted human being, and nobody can compare to you. Nobody is you. You are you. So never compare yourself to other people, because everybody goes through their own struggles, their own hardships, and yeah, while other people's might be harder than yours, or yours might be harder than others, you are you at the end of the day. You can't be the other person. So always work on you. Don't compare yourself to other people's, because other people have way different life experiences than you've gone through, or that you've yet to go through, or whatever it is, but just never ever compare yourself. Big part of being confident, I'd say, where the line gets a little mixed up, is arrogance and cockiness. You never want to come across as arrogant and cocky. Don't try to be somebody that you're not, because usually people who are arrogant and cocky, it's like they're trying to impress other people. They're trying to show off to somebody like, yeah, I'm this way. Yeah, I'm rich. Yeah, I can do this. I can do that. Like, don't try to impress other people. Do you. And if you impresses other people, then that's cool. But don't have your mindset like, I'm gonna impress them, I'm gonna impress them. Be your own person, be happy with yourself, make sure you're doing what makes you happy, and I mean, everything else will come into play. And with that, a big part of that, I'd say, is social media, because in social media, we all want to show off what we have, what we're doing. We want to try to impress other people. But don't get too caught up in it where your whole goal is trying to impress other people, because at the end of the day, you're just you, and who cares what people think? Like, you're doing you, and you need to be able to do what you like. And even if that's posting on social media. Me, for example, my goal when I'm posting or this or posting that on my story or whatever, by the way, you could find that in the description box, but my goal for that is not to impress other people. It's just because I like sharing. So for instance, I have a YouTube channel because I like to share what I know. I like to talk. It's weird, I like to talk to a camera, but like, I just like to share. It's not to impress other people. I'm not involved with fashion or makeup to impress other people. I'm involved because I like it and I think it's cool to share with others. So make sure you don't mix those two things up. So another thing I'd say about being the best version of yourself is always be mindful of your path. So have goals, time prioritize, and do what you need to do to push yourself to get things done. And always, I'd say, monitor your progress, because for me at least, monitoring my progress is like the biggest thing. When I see at this time I was there, at this time I was there, and seeing that only motivates you to do more, because you can see how much you've done in this time span, and it'll only motivate you like, dang, I did that before, I can do more now. So you keep going, you keep pushing yourself to achieve whatever goal you are achieving. And biggest thing, I keep saying biggest thing, but to be honest, these are all really big things that I think play a huge role in being you and the best version of you. So distractions. Oh my God, distractions. Worst thing ever. Biggest thing on distractions is it's so important to cancel out distractions or people that steer you away from your path, from your goal. Whatever's taking you away from that, leave it. Leave it. If you needed to do that and leave it in 2018, leave that in 2018, because we don't do distractions 2019. I don't know about you, but I ain't do no distractions in 2019. All right, I fixed the lighting a little. Hope it's better now. Oh yeah, distractions. So literally with distractions, only the strong will survive. So if you are able to push yourself to cancel out the distractions, cancel out whatever's trying to make you away from your goal, to cancel out whatever it is, you are on path. If you give into distractions, you give into this, you give into that, you talk to this person still even though you know they're holding you down, you do this even though you know it makes you not the best version of yourself, then all of that is going to play a huge impact on you, on how you act, especially with the company you keep around you. So always be mindful of the company you keep, because they are the ones who most influence you in your life. This includes relationships. I know this is often hard, but you always need to see, are they really making you a better person? Because you don't want to keep people around who just make you negative, who make you sad, who make you angry, who make you whatever. You want to always keep people around you who bring you to be the best person of yourself, who make you excited to do this, to do that. And I know we often, like, it's human, it's normal to get in a fight with somebody that you love or somebody that you're close with or whatever. I know that's normal. Like, we're not talking about that. We're talking about like people who are just constantly giving you bad energy, constantly making you mad, sad, whatever. You need to snip, snip, cut the hell. So also always be super careful of who you take advice from, because a lot of people are not in your shoes and a lot of people are not able to relate to what you're doing right now or what you're going through or what you're trying to do. So be very critical of who you take advice from, because not everybody knows. And also don't let people get to you. Negative energy, like people saying you're not good enough, you're not gonna do this, that's impossible, whatever, don't let that get to you, because that is just trying to bring you down. And it actually comes from jealousy of the other person, because they're like, dang, they're really out here doing what they need to do and the other person isn't. So they're like, let me say something negative so that it could bring them down, so I won't seem as bad, I won't seem as lazy, whatever. Whoever the person is, if they're bringing you down, ignore them. Irrelevant. You're doing you. You know what you need to do, you know your goal. You just need to keep believing and trusting in yourself, because I know the negative comments or negative things from people, like, it always brings you down and you're like, dang, is this what people think? Like, you're somebody I don't know. Do the rest of the people I don't know think this way about me too? But just keep believing in yourself. Believe that you're doing this all for a purpose. Believe that there's a greater outcome in this. And also, I'd say the biggest thing to advancing your career, whatever you're trying to do, advancing your goal, is get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That is like one of the biggest things. Here I go saying biggest thing again. But honestly, that's like a really huge thing, because you're not gonna grow if you stay in the same place. Like, it is impossible for you. I wouldn't say impossible, there's like that slight 1%, but it is gonna be really hard for you to grow without doing anything different. If you do the same thing and you're not getting results, you need to keep changing and keep changing until you get that result that you want. I'm not saying change who you are, I'm not saying change what you stand for, I'm just saying you need to look at a different approach to achieve your goal if it's not working out. You need to put yourself in situations that will only advance you, and sometimes they're uncomfortable situations. Sometimes you're like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this. For example, going to the gym. You want to get skinny, but you're sitting there. I'm coming for you. You watching my video sitting down right now. I mean, finish the video, then go to the gym. But you sit there and you say, I want to be skinny, I want to do this, I want to look like an Instagram model, whatever. But then you don't do anything about it. You complain that you're gaining weight, that you're doing this, but then you don't do anything about it. So what I'm saying is that you need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to go out to the gym. You need to, I know it's uncomfortable. Going to the gym when you first start is like, I don't know what I'm doing. All these people are looking at you like, girl, you don't belong here, etc. But step out of your comfort zone. You make the first step, and the first step can lead to so much more than you ever thought. So just make that first step and you will be on a road to success. What can I say? So also walk it how you talk it, like the song. Because honestly, you could be all talk, but if you don't put in the effort, you don't put in the work, then you're just air coming out of your mouth. There's nothing there. Your actions need to be able to match what you say. Otherwise, what's the point? Why are you saying them? You just look dumb. Also, a lot of people get stuck in this mindset of when I hit this goal, then I'll act this way. When I hit this, then I'll do this. No. Fake it till you make it, girl or boy, whoever's watching this. You need to keep that mindset. You want to be an Instagram model that posts all the time, who tags brands, whatever, do it. Why are you waiting till whatever? Do it. Do you. If that's what you want to do, then do it. There's nothing stopping you. There's nothing holding you back. And who cares what people think? Like, just do it. Because if you start doing it before you hit that whatever goal, then you will be more pushed to do it and you will be more comfortable doing it. And you will just look like you're already starting your goal because you've climbed and you started to input the work and the transition and everything is noticeable. So honestly, you're making your words come to life. You say you want to do it, do it. Sorry if like any of this isn't making sense. I'm really trying my hardest to like really explain things so that I don't sound like I'm just saying words. And you know what? We're human. We're gonna make mistakes. I can sit here and tell you this because I've made plenty of mistakes. Let me tell ya. I've made plenty of mistakes. And honestly, mistakes only make sense if you learn from them. So if you just make mistakes and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna change, and then you don't change, then you're not gonna advance, because you need to be able to learn from your mistakes, understand, evaluate what you did wrong, where you went wrong, how did you go wrong, and then change it for the next time. So making a mistake never determines your outcome. It's what you learn from it and if you'll do it again. So also another thing is your environment. Keep a clean environment. Hold on. I know, some water. Keeping a clean environment is so important. You feel so much more productive when things around you are clean, like your room, for example. And I myself fall back on this one a lot because when life gets really busy, it's really easy for me to forget to clean my room or to like not try and just work and then go to sleep and then wake up in the morning, do it all again, and then my room's not clean and then I feel like everything's a mess because whatever. So I think the biggest, oh my god, I think a really important thing is to keep your environment clean, because if you're surrounded in like a clear, clean environment, then that's the same way your brain's gonna feel and you're gonna be motivated to do whatever it is you need to do. Think about it. When you wake up in a clean room, you're like, all right, let's do this, let's start the day. But when you wake up in like a messy room, you just want to stay in bed all day and watch Netflix and eat potato chips, and you know, we all been through this, I'm sure. I have many times. But also a clean environment means within yourself too. So that means eating healthy. But honestly, I think being healthy and hygiene is super duper important, and being the best version of you, because if you're eating good for you foods, number one, way more energy. You will feel motivated to do something because you have the energy to do it. Obviously, when you're tired, you don't want to get up. You just want to sit down, go to sleep, take a nap. And that's very unproductive for your day. Like, you don't want to spend your whole day napping. If there's something you want to achieve, you want to go do it. If you just sit there not doing anything, you're not going to work towards it. So getting the proper nutrition from your food helps you think clearly and gives you the energy and the motivation to do what you need to do. Also, just because it's good for you foods doesn't mean it has to be healthy too. If eating a whole gallon of ice cream makes you really happy, do it. Do it, but don't be lazy after. Like, if that's what makes you happy, eat it. Who cares? Nobody cares. You're you. Like, there's nobody telling you in your ear, and if there is, I'm sorry. But for the most part, there's nobody in your ear saying you need to be skinny. You need to do this. Usually it's you. But if eating a gallon of ice cream makes you happy, then do it. But I mean, don't eat that all day long just for the fun of it. Like, balance. Balance is very important. So like, you can eat some broccoli and then eat some ice cream. And about hygiene, take time for yourself. If that means taking a bath or taking a long shower, do it. Take the time to sit with yourself, reevaluate what you've done so far, reevaluate your day, reevaluate your last conversation, whatever, and just don't be too crazy, but kind of pick it apart and see what can I do in the future to help this succeed. What can I do to make it better? Like, I do this a lot, I can say, is I think about all the time my last conversations with people. So after I have a conversation with somebody, I'll play the conversation in my mind and be like, okay, what can I change? Especially in an argument, because I won't say this to the other person because I'm stingy and I just won't. But in my head, I'll be like, okay, what can I have changed that I said in my last argument? What can I have said to less dramatize the situation? I don't know if that's a word, but what can I do in the future to make this situation better? Another part is read a book. Like, take time to get out of this world, and this I need to do more myself because I've been slacking lately. But take time to get out of this world and just zone in on a book. I think it's really important to disconnect sometimes, even if that means laying on your bed, not using any technology, just sitting there. I do this one. I look like a crazy person, but I do. I do this one and I just sit on my bed and I'm just like, so this is life. And I just sit and I think, and sometimes I won't even think. I'll just sit there, empty brain, empty everything, and I'm just like, Another part that I think really helps you, and this kind of goes into hygiene too, is dress nice and dress like yourself. Don't dress like this person because you want to be like this person. Dress like you. If overalls make you happy, Vic, wear overalls. If wearing tiny little shirts make you happy, wear tiny little shirts. Literally do what best suits you. You are dressed nice and you feel like yourself, because I think that how you dress is a big part of saying who you are without saying anything. So if you're dressed like yourself, you are expressing yourself and you will feel like you from the outside, if that makes sense. So I think if you're dressed nice, you will be more motivated to be you, to have a certain goal, and to do whatever it is that you're doing. At least for me specifically, I know that when I am dressed nice, when I'm dressed like myself, I feel more motivated to get things done. Because when I'm like bummy, like really bummy, and I'm just like not feeling like myself, I don't want to do anything. I want to come home and nap. I think one big thing is to stay organized and write things down. I write down literally everything. Anything that pops into my mind, I have to write it down, otherwise I forget. And when I write things down, then I look at it often and I think, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to get this done. Like, I'm gonna turn the camera so you can see the extreme of what I'm talking about, because I actually write down everything. So let me just show you real quick. So peep all of that right there. Yeah, I write down everything. So yeah, it just helps me stay organized to write things down, because I just put thoughts into reality, because then I look at them and I'm like, okay, this is what I gotta do. So my last point in this video is to smile. God gave you an amazing life with endless amounts of resources and opportunities, so you need to use them to your advantage. Whether you believe in God or not, you have an amazing life and opportunities and resources to do what you need to do. The end result is always less important than the journey. The journey shapes who you are. You are who you are because of your journey. You can't get lost in thinking only of the end result. You need to be able to live in the now, because if you are unhappy in the now, you are going to be unhappy with your end result, and you are not even possibly gonna get there because you keep thinking it should be like this instead of that. Your life is what it is. No matter what you do, it is literally what it is. There's nothing you can change. You can only do so much. And with that, you need to be happy in the process. You need to be happy doing what you're doing, because if you're not gonna get anywhere. You're gonna be mentally frustrated. You're gonna be frustrated all around because nothing seems to be changing, nothing seems to be working. So you need to learn how to be happy within yourself. Like, happiness is from now. You can't tell if you're gonna be happy months from now, before, whatever. You need to be able to be happy in the now. And if there's something making you unhappy now, don't think that it's gonna change in the future, because you don't know the future. You don't know what life's gonna bring you. You don't know what's gonna happen. You cannot tell the future. So you need to learn to be happy in the now. So if you're struggling, I am literal proof that you will get through it, because trust me, I've been through a couple things before in my life. My neighbor's walking by. I've been through tons that y'all don't even know about, but I have grown as a person so much, especially in 2018. I've grown so much as a person, and I've realized so much in my life. Like, it's just a year of realizing things. I wish you guys all a very happy 2019. I wish that you can achieve your goals. I wish that you gain lots of success. I wish that you are happy. I wish that you are the best version of yourself. With all that said, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit that like button. Give your girl a like for 2019. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video next week. So have a good start to your 2019.